Out of the ruins of war arose a vision of Europe.
Elle se fera par des réalisations concrètes, créant d'abord une solidarité de fait.
The founding fathers dreamt of ever closer union.
All governments wanted to remain halfway.
The goal was peace, but also prosperity. What's become of the European dream? And so we've come to the third and final part in our series. In this chapter, we're going to focus on the issue of monetary union. Has monetary union furthered those original aims of the founders of the EU, the quest for peace and prosperity? Europe was built on the promise of a shared prosperity. That was the deal, that was the dream. This is the reality of life in Greece today. Naousa, 500 kilometers north of Athens, was once an industrial textile town. When the factories began to fail in the 1990s, people got by on a mixture of credit and government subsidies. Then came the crisis. In a country where family support networks are strong, the rise of the bread queue is a sign that things have gone very wrong indeed. Tassos lost his job as a casual labourer 3 months ago. His wife, Antigone, can't find work. They have an infant daughter and they can't afford food.
Almost every day we listen to the news, and they always put new measures it's a burden for us, for the Greek people.
Nearly half the residents of this town are unemployed, and these are the people who've been hit hardest. The welfare cuts have been deep. Many blame their own leaders for the economic mess, but for austerity, they blame Europe.
This austerity, these measures, they're so cruel, especially for the young generation. It's so difficult to keep up. That's what I think.
The Greeks are in a bind. Last year, they voted overwhelmingly against austerity. What did they get? Austerity anyway. Faith in the European project is evaporating, but many fear that life outside the euro would be even worse. And so it came to pass that a radical left-wing government, democratically elected on a promise to keep national assets in state hands, is selling off Piraeus, the country's largest port, to a Chinese company. The monster in this cautionary tale is the so-called Troika, the European Commission, the European Central Bank and the IMF. The moral of the story: if you want to be part of a club, you've got to play by their rules. Just ask Thodoris Dritsas.
Η χώρα μας τώρα πράγματι είναι σε εποπτεία. Η εποπτεία περιορίζει τη δημοκρατία, περιορίζει τη λαϊκή κυριαρχία. Οι επιλογές ήταν να μην καταστραφεί η χώρα, να μην κλείσουν οι τράπεζες, να μην μείνει ο κόσμος χωρίς τους μισθούς, τις συντάξεις τους. Τα πράγματα ήταν πολύ πιεστικά.
In the cradle of democracy, the will of the people has been trumped by the will of Brussels. The idea of a single currency was to promote closer cooperation to the benefit of all. But there's a problem. From the very beginning, there were questions. Can you have monetary union without having political union as well? Can you have a single currency and lots of different economic policies? What Greece shows us is that you can't. Earlier in this series, we met Georges Bertrand, former Chief of Staff to Jean Monnet, one of the founding fathers of the EU. Like many true believers, his solution to this economic conundrum is closer union.
We remain halfway. That was a mistake. And I was, at the time when it was discussed, I was very strongly, I remember in 93, I had a meeting in Delors, Jacques Delors at the time, he said we have to have that in common. So we have a common currency, we have the embryo of a common economic policy, and we don't have any political responsibility to evolve a policy, to manage it, and to control it.
The single currency was supposed to synchronize economies, but Europe's members aren't all dancing to the same tune. This is Maastricht, the place where the euro was born. It was once an innocuous provincial Dutch town. Until, that is, they signed a treaty here.
From those to the left, 360.
A document so divisive it split parties and governments tottered. Maastricht. It's come to embody Britain's fractious relationship with Europe. Maastricht isn't universally synonymous with nightmare, with strife. Elsewhere, the significance of this city is it's the place where a community became a union, where European leaders took several bold steps towards that dream of a federal Europe. We go in search of the document, which is housed in a sort of modern castle, apparently surrounded by a moat.
Ik maak de deur open en kunt u even plaatsnemen, ze komt er zo aan.
Dank u wel. Mr. Lemons.
We telephoned.
Yes, we did. Eric Lemons is the curator, the man who guards the treaty.
Et voilà, the treaty.
Oh, this is it?
This is it. It's a copy, it's not the original treaty. Maybe after the Rome Treaty, the most important treaty signed between the European countries.
1, 2, 3. We persuade them to open up the cabinet so we can leaf through the treaty for ourselves. This is the signatures page then. We've got Denmark,
The first signature page. Yeah.
Portugal and the United Kingdom. And these famous British opt-outs, that's the protocols.
That are the protocols.
They're all in here somewhere. How significant is this document?
This treaty?
Yeah.
Very significant. The European Union was founded in this treaty, and of course because of the common European currency, which was also established by the Maastricht Treaty.
Yeah. In German, they have a single word that describes their country's post-war resurrection. Wirtschaftswunder. Come to the Porsche factory in Stuttgart and see for yourself. But there's more to this economic miracle than efficiency alone. Germany has also been the clear winner from the euro. The crisis in the eurozone, in Greece and elsewhere, has kept the euro weak, and that is good for Germany's export-driven economy. Now, it may seem a little bit unfair to take the sleek production lines of the Porsche factory as your comparison for the rest of European manufacturing. But in fact, this place is emblematic of Germany's success. What monetary union has done is it's favoured German exports, and that in turn has helped this country come out on top. The workers at Porsche may celebrate their stable, well-paid jobs, but they're also wary of Germany's growing economic dominance.
About Spain or Portugal or such country like Croatia has got no chance against a big industrial public like Germany.
There's a realization that German success depends on the survival of the Union.
Yeah, I mean, why did Germany bail out Greece? Not because they make such good use or something. It's because all are connected somehow to each other, and if one goes broke, then I think the whole system is collapsing.
Here is a confident country, and one that mostly believes in the European project. They're frustrated with those who just don't seem to get it.
Was haben diese Engländer eigentlich für eine Vorstellung von der EU?
Ich denke, es ist richtig für uns Briten, uns das von Europa herauszusuchen, was uns passt.
Ja, das ist jetzt wirklich exakt das Gegenteil der europäischen Idee. It's a bloody nightmare.
This is the Heute Show, and this is its presenter, Oliver Welke.
Nichts hat die EU für mich getan. Ich wollte einen Pony und 1 Million Pfund.
Du ziehst einfach die...
Now hold on a minute. Whatever else the Germans are good at, we're the ones who make the jokes.
Beim Brüsseler Gipfel wurde hauptsächlich über eine ganz andere Frage gesprochen. Wie viele Extrawürste muss man den Engländern noch hinten reinschieben, damit sie vielleicht doch in der EU bleiben?
When we meet Welke, we have a little moment, a heart-to-heart from one evening show to another.
Yeah.
Who watches television in the morning?
I have no idea. Yeah. People who need help.
Many of Welke's jokes seem to revolve around sausage, but he uses Wurst to make serious points too, about Germany's unease with its role as leader during the economic and migrant crises.
Well, the thing is, in Germany there's an expression that's called, and there's again the Wurst, durchwursteln, you know?
Right, what does that mean?
Mingling along and seeing what happens.
Muddling
through.
Can we continue like that? Can we
I'm not
continue
really
just
sure.
to sausage our way through Europe?
Sausage our way to Europe. I invented a whole new expression. Really proud of that.
And do you think it'll work?
Well, it worked for the last 5 or 6 years. I'm not so sure if it's really the master plan for the next years. But of one thing you can be sure, there will never be a German government which will say, okay, now we really take the lead. If you lead the way and the rest follows and it doesn't work, they hate you for the rest of your life. Even we want to be loved, you know. That's the sad truth. Even the Germans want to be liked.
It's been more than 65 years since Europe set out upon a journey that has led to today's complex union of 28 member states. But from the very beginning, the founding fathers identified one country as the key to the European project.
We wanted to give Germany a path to recovering their sovereignty, with us, not against us, making sure that the German recovery will not become a threat, but an asset. And this is what happened. It just happened that the most powerful country in Europe believes in Europe, the European dream.
And so we're back where we were at the beginning of our series, in the German town of Breisach, overlooking the Rhine into France. Whatever you think about the post-war European project, its greatest achievement surely is this, that it does now seem inconceivable for any member of the Union to take up arms against another. If the European dream is peace, then the EU has succeeded. But as Europe struggles to find common responses to the crises of the 21st century, it's clear the EU is today about more than peace. The question is, how much more? That's the issue that now divides this continent.